Hello everyone, welcome back to yet another Minecraft video. So, in today's episode, I'm doing a review on the Shadow Demon add-on, which you may know that yesterday in the last video I did release it, but that one is just because I want to have it released by Halloween, and I could get the add-on finished, but I couldn't get the video finished. So instead, I just basically released the add-on itself with a very quick demonstration. It's just the streamlined process on how the add-on works. But there's a lot of little details that I did miss in that video that I didn't cover because I just didn't have time. And this video is going to cover every single little detail in the add-on. And it's not going to be that hard because it's a very simple add-on in on itself. It doesn't have that much details to talk about, but it still has little cool things. So yeah, let's just talk about it. So the Shadow Demon. First, yeah, the real idea of the Shadow Demon is just having basically a companion. That's what this add-on does. It adds a companion that gives you special effect, gives you a lot of like buffs, and it also uh, helps you fight things. Now, the idea comes from just I don't know. I've seen quite a lot of characters who just have a sentient shadow that follows them around, and that's really fun. And I just thought, how cool it'd be if it's in Minecraft, right? So that's what I did. Now with the Shadow Demon add-on, first things first, how it works is when you spawn in your world, you'll see the shadow portals spawn around your world. These things spawn anywhere in the surface, and they're like pretty rare. I say they're about like Enderman levels of rare. And so and this thing will also disappear after lingering for 20 seconds. So they won't be all over your world, but it's not that hard to find. You can walk around your world and find them again. It kind of just disappears, it despawns. So if you wanna use this add-on in survival, you can. Uh, so yeah, probably to actually summon the demon itself. Summoning a demon, nothing wrong with that. uh, in the summoning circle, yeah, don't take this the wrong way. It's not endorse summoning a demon. I will not be held responsible for demon-related incidents. This is just for entertainment. I don't know where I'm going with this. Anyway, just before that, so have the portal, right? If you can find the portal, you need to get your summoning circle and just summon the demon. Summon it, and then the portal wakes up like any good portal would. And then he has like some dialogue. He talks to you for a bit, and this dialogue isn't like professional writing levels, but it's okay. It's pretty dumb. But to be fair, the standards of writing in Bedrock add-ons aren't really HP Lovecraft levels now, is it? So to be fair, this is still like above average for levels of character writing and add-ons. And this portal won't despawn. And technically, if you could like go really far away from it, then it probably will despawn, but it won't despawn. Just if you stare at it for forever, it's just gonna stay here forever. This guy wants a stick. I don't know why he wants a stick. The thing is like for the code to work, you need a stick. So I mean, not just stick. You need like give him an item. He's like a stick. Maybe you need a physical item for the whole process to work, and then he expects everyone to have a stick. So give him a stick. I don't know. And by giving a stick, and boom, you just allowed yourself. You just allow the parasitic entity to control your body, basically. So yeah, again, he will latch onto you. He will go anywhere you go, and he also gives you a bunch of buffs here. That basically gives you permanent buffs. He just makes you superhuman, like you said, more than an immortal could ever be. And yeah, so other than that, what he also does is actually helps you fight monsters. So you see this husk, okay, take damage, this claw thing on screen. Do it again, there we go. Each hit does 18 damage, and this guy only targets monsters, by the way, so it's not like a pet where you hit something and it'll target it. If you hit an iron golem, it won't attack the iron golem, only monsters. I think that's good enough usually. 18 damage, quite a lot of damage, and his range is about, I don't know, what player levels of range? Come on, hit it. There. Sometimes they miss, but yeah, range is still pretty far. A bit longer than normal player, and depending on how it like, depending if he feels like it, he can actually attack really fast, as you can see right there. There it is. So very fun. It makes fighting a lot easier. It's a pretty expensive process, right? You need Nether Star, so you need to kill a Wither. But in exchange for that, you will get permanent buffs and also a companion to help you fight things. So I think it's pretty fair. This guy won't die. He can't take damage, and even if he can, he has like 10,000 health, so he's not supposed to die. Oh, he just took damage here. Okay, so he can take damage, but he has like 10,000 health. Not supposed to die, and again, really weird. So let's get like him to hit the. Let's get. He's not supposed to die. If you're playing vanilla Minecraft, he's not going to die. So don't worry about that. Uh, right. So another thing is, once you do have him around, all other shadow portals just disappear. They can't exist with him around. I guess it makes sense in the idea that he's really a character, not like a species, so there can only be one. Now, one thing you may think is that will he be in my way? Because right now he is in my way, right? He's in front of you, so you can't. So, but what you can say is like that. If he is in front of you, you want to go in that specific direction. When you do go forward, if you go forward a bit, he just naturally goes behind you, like go for a bit here, and now he's directly like pretty much behind you. So again, he won't actually get in your way. I mean, he will for like a few seconds, but it's not as annoying as you may think he would be. And he will be pretty annoying if you're trying to dig straight down because of the black thing right there. But it actually won't block your path. Like it won't really affect your building. Like, I just accidentally hit him right there. It's not You're not supposed to do that. You got that. But yeah, it's not gonna really affect your building that much. You can still build pretty well with it. And still, you need to like really get in there if you wanna hit him. Like only one specific part of him. And yeah, again, he gives you a lot of those. So if you like paired up with armor and sword, you have super strength. You can basically one shot and do quite a lot of damage. One thing, and if you're wondering what happens when you die, so if you do die, so it's slash kill right here. Once you do die, he'll basically teleport straight to you. Now the way he works is he will teleport. He'll always basically latch onto the nearest player, so he'll give the buffs and teleport into the nearest player. And because he's always teleporting to you, you will always be the nearest player. And if you're playing single player, by default, by being the only player, you're automatically also the nearest player. However, if you are playing multiplayer, like if you do die, he will just latch onto the other player still alive. So that's one way to use it. I guess it does make sense. Again, he's a parasite that uses humans as vessels to for his grand plan, whatever it is. So once a vessel loses all functionality, he just moves on to the next, like any good parasite would. And that's pretty much about it. That's all he has. Oh, one more thing is that every 5 minutes he will actually talk. He has like a bunch of dialogue, not me, but he has like 9 different dialogues. So every 5 minutes he'll sputter some random nonsense. He'll be mining diamonds, and then he just tells you his entire life story. And it's pretty funny. He's gonna give you companionship basically, so you don't get bored. Yeah, if you actually want to hear all dialogue, just like tell you more about the character, I guess you can just play with him for like an hour, or just go into the code, look into the code and see the dialogue if you can easily read everything there. But that's really all there is with the add-on. I could probably add more in the updates, but even then, it only already works. Like you can have this in survival. It's very simple. One whole idea is to give you a companion that follows you around, that and gives you buffs and helps you fight things, and that's what it does. Yeah, yeah. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, like, subscribe, and all that, and I'll see you next time.